Hello, hello, hello. So today I'm just gonna be late to the game here and catching up on some Wandavision. I'm delighted to see how short these episodes are. I think I heard about it, but then immediately forgot. But yeah, they're only like around 30 minutes length each, and there seems to be a lot of not end credits. There we are, not ad time, because it's paid service. End credits, which, take that away from the time means I will be able to watch this in a good amount of time. I'm going to record myself while watching it, spice in some scenes later if I want to, feel like it, and then just go into my immediate thoughts. Like, I may not even use anything from me watching it and may just jump immediately to the things. It depends if I find anything that's like, I think is worthwhile or that I think is funny. But yeah, that's just kind of like one of the two formats will be either like me splicing in my immediate reactions and then giving thoughts, or I'm just going to cut straight to the thoughts. Just so you know what you're getting into. Indecisive. At least I'm doing something. Have not uploaded to this channel in a little bit. Been focused on my streaming. Yeah, I've been able to keep consistent on that. But I gotta get used to doing this as well. Productivity. Yay. Now without further ado, this is what I'll cut. Shiny forehead. Can't do anything about that. Because I need it this bright to give me color. To make me look alive. Like, you do not want to see what I look like without the shiny head. Because dead as the grave. Will that say in? Who knows? Here we go. Chamomile tea. It's late for me. Loading, and I have Ninja Turtles in my head. Thought about them in a hot minute. Ooh. Here we go. Ah, that's cool. I love that. Ah, so stylish. Like the meta credits. I love that. I love the old-fashioned effects. At least doing the best to mimic them. One time he doesn't phase through things. That's a good effect. Ah, this is so charming. But also the meta-ness is coming in with like neither remembering where that heart came from.
Hello, dear.
Okay.
I'm Agnes, your neighbor to the right.
Oh yeah, I remember her from comics. Hearing about her at least. What?
To tell me what it is we do.
This is like a very genuine, funny thing, but also is very meta. I love his reaction. It's very modern reactions with this old-fashioned style. I love it. What?
You should stumble when you walk into a room, so he can catch you.
Don't even think that makes sense back then.
You could point out that the death rate of single men is twice that of married.
Well, I do love morbid humor. Like, I don't know. It crosses into relationships, like,
anything?
Oh, that classic one.
Well, you know, darling, I still get a little tongue-tied.
Oh no, they were playing that up more straight. My mind's just in the gutter. No, 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 no. Duh. Oh god, I can't hand this. No. 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 Now. 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 No. No. It's over.
We haven't any tidbits or tartlets out here, nary a pig in a blanket.
I mean, you don't constantly need to eat. I got done that odd way.
Take out the papers and the trash!
Oh god, no. God, no.
She calls you Diane.
Kinky. I don't. Is there not a lock on that thing?
My head is starting to feel woozy.
What? Just summon one from the void. The Heimlich? The Heimlich? I'm literally just the audience. The pretend audience they have for this. Which is very much the real audience they're going for. Contemplating my thoughts on this, but... Overall, it does serve as a good introduction to the premise of the show. Like, there was a lot of moments where it was just like the standard reenactment of a sitcom episode from that time, but there was also like hints at the meta-ness that would also fit within them as a joke in those shows, but would then just get dropped. Whereas this, it's like a persistent thread that Vision is trying to understand what is going on around him. It's like he's just been given busy work in an office and he's just trying to figure out, what does this serve? Where does this go? What does this advance? And he is constantly getting brick-walled at every turn in this episode. And we'll probably see him discover more and more like the reality of the situation he's in as the show goes on. Which, yeah, one can figure given, you know, trailer scene, but hey, it was a good trailer. It was a good trailer, got me very hyped. That scene a little bit spoilery. But then again, like the very nature of the show kind of spoils itself, that it's constantly switching each episode. That's kind of the point. But yeah, I was very delighted. They seem to have gotten a lot of stuff down for this episode. You know, in terms of like just making it feel both like it's a high production show, but also that it comes from the era they're trying to mimic, which is a huge delight. I really do love that juxtaposition. It is just delicious for me. What's it? I will say though, this is one of the reasons I am vibing so hard with this, and why others might not, is due to the simple fact is that if I may speak in terms of a metaphor, with the mainline Marvel films, we've mostly been getting like a big old event comic so far up until this point in the MCU, and a lot of the standalone films have just kind of either been just one-shots or tie-in stories to that overarching event. And this is the first time we're really getting something that is a lot more standalone, still trying to tie into something, but instead of being so strict, it's just been given a few points on the map and been told it can do as many loop-de-loops as it wants to get to those points. It just has to hit them. But other than that, like, sky's the limit in terms of what they can do in the show, which I am very eager for. But like, it is different, and like, not everyone will be up for that. Like, the key thing I will stress is that there's a difference between something being bad and something not being for you. Like, personally, not interested in sports at all. That doesn't mean the bad, it's just not for me. It brings a lot of happiness and joy to other people's lives, entertaining to them. And like, that may be the case for you if you've just been watching the mainline Marvel films and it's stuff like that that you're particularly into without any diverging interests. Like, if you have watched like any other kind of shows, like off the top of my head, like Lucifer or Doctor Who, like if you watch shows like that don't mind getting a little bit strange at times, then I'd say there's good odds you will enjoy this show. And if you don't like one or either of those shows, then that does not guarantee you won't like this one, but like, just know that going into it. What else? I did enjoy the meta-ness of it. Like, some of the jokes I was just like cringing at, those one reaction that I may just like leave in and do the dedicated work of just getting the footage of when I reacted to that. Because like, I am quite expressive as I watch something, and I did not like that, but like, it was very funny as well. That is something I will say for it. They hired top tier writers for this show. God, I'm trying to think of anything else. Scatterbrained as always. ADHD. Thank you not. Now, let's see. There's also some little hints, like at the end, you know, when... Well, I mean, it's the first episode, I won't spoil it, but... Was a thing in the middle I don't mind spoiling, where you just see a, what was it? Toaster, you know? But it was making sounds it probably should not. And to top that all off, like, this episode is black and white, as you probably know from the promotional material, the first episode. But the blinking light on it was bright red. So something funny is going on there, and I'm not quite sure what. Well, I mean, if I had to venture a thought, it's probably S.H.I.E.L.D. or some such nonsense, using stock technologies, or was a stock toaster, to just monitor what is going on inside of this event that Wanda has created, this warp in reality. You know, I actually think I do have a pretty good idea on what's going on. I breathe in these types of shows and these types of comic book plot lines. Yeah. I'm down for it, and I am very much enjoying it. And yeah, I think that is it. I am going to stop myself from rambling too much longer, but... What was I thinking? Oh yes, like I said at the start of this, streaming now. I do it on Twitch, but I also multi-stream to YouTube. If you like that, you know, there's a link to it in the about section of this channel. At least there should be if I did it right. Yeah. And yeah, what was I thinking? Just the VTuber thing. Yep. Apologies for that. You're gonna hear that on your end. VTuber thing. I kind of stumbled into it, had interest in it, but like, yeah, I was looking for assets for something else, and they were like, hey, like, you told me about this, that this is a trend, the artist. I'd like to learn this skill. You maybe want to work something out, and we work something out, and now I'm a VTuber. So there we are. Yeah, so check that out if it's interesting, yeah, and yeah, follow the links. That's all I really have to say. Time for the outro. Goodbye. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, share the video about the place, and if you've watched me a few times or just really like me, consider subscribing and looking at my Patreon. Ta-ta.